to the OH Show with Orlana, your connection to events, topical interests, issues, and the movers and shakers in our world, and the opportunity to learn things that make you say, oh. Back to school season snuck up on a lot of us. And if you're still scrambling to get those last few supplies, outfits, lunchbox favorites, or even dorm room decor, don't worry, you're not alone. Joining me today is lifestyle expert and mom, Anna D'Souza. And she's joining me with smart, stress-free tips for last-minute back-to-school shopping. Anna, thank you for joining the OH Show.
Excited to be here with you today.
So let's dive right in. What are some of your top tips for tackling last-minute school supplies without all the stress?
Right. I have 3 little ones. My 6-year-old twin girls are heading into first grade. So I get it. It is crunch time. Now, the best way to keep the stress down is to focus on all of those essentials and get them all in one place. Now, what I like to do is I like to make a short list for supplies, clothing, food, then head to a place like Target where you can check it all off in a single trip. Target offers thousands of budget-friendly finds and makes last-minute shopping so easy with same-day pickup and drive up when every second counts. And with Target Circle 360, what's really great is you can add items to your virtual cart and have it delivered right to your door, so you can also ace back-to-school shopping, which I love.
So what are some budget-friendly essentials parents might still need?
Oh, absolutely. This is where Target's 20 for $20 list really saves the day here. Parents can grab all of those teacher must-haves in one go, like the up-and-up wood pencils, washable glue, kids' scissors, the Mondo Llama colored pencils and crayons for their art projects they will surely be bringing home, pens, a pencil box to keep everything in one place. Add in deal-worthy, sturdy composition books and folders, which are as low as 15 cents, which is crazy. Students are going to be covered for assignments right from day one, which is great. We're also so budget conscious right now, and Target's held its 2024 prices on those select back-to-school items, so you can rest assured you're getting a really great price this back-to-school season.
Now, let's talk about a lot of kids' favorite subject, and that's lunch. How can we pack a lunchbox that's easy, quick, and still something kids will love?
Yes. Well, you have to tuck in a little note for sure, but mornings are a race against the clock. Parents need those options that are grab and go. What I'm really loving is Target's Good and Gather brand because it's made with trusted ingredients without synthetic colors or high fructose corn syrup. And it's in flavors that kids absolutely love, like their organic applesauce pouches that have hidden veggies, which is a mom win, fruit strips in flavors like pomegranate and mango, fresh mandarins, which are perfect for that afternoon snack. I'm all about those budget-friendly options that make my kids smile, which is key, and boomerang back home to me.
Now, I have a niece who's all about style for school. Mm-hmm. So what are some easy ways to nail the first day look without spending a fortune?
Listen, first day outfits are a big deal. They were a big deal for me when I was growing up. And it's important that they walk into that classroom feeling really confident. Personalization is huge. And I love this $5 deal-worthy backpack you can make entirely your own with patches starting at just $2. For clothes, pieces that mix and match easily are key, like this Cat and Jack basic short sleeve tee paired with straight fit uniform pants, or this art class fleece skirt topped with an oversized fleece hoodie. These are all really cool and classroom ready.
Now, what about students heading to college? Any tips for them?
Absolutely. Moving into a dorm or first apartment is such an exciting time, but it can also feel overwhelming with the sheer amount of things that you need. And that's where Target's Room Essentials brand really makes the grade here. They've got all of the practical must-haves, like this organizer task lamp for late night cramming, shower caddies, bath towels, and space savers like this collapsible dorm storage ottoman. It's both design savvy and multifunctional, which I love.
So where can we go to find out where to get these items and additional items, whether it's teens or parents, everyone, the whole family?
Head over to your nearest Target store, visit Target.com, or you can download their app to find really great ways to save. And you can check out Target Circle for additional deals as well. And, happy back to school for all of those who celebrate.
Thank you, lifestyle expert and mom, Anna D'Souza. Thank you so much for the tips.
Thank you. Happy back to school.
And you're listening to The Ohh Show with Orlana. Until next time, keep shining. Thanks, Anna. Welcome to The Ohh Show with Orlana Darkins, your connection to events, topical interests, issues, and the movers and shakers in our world, and the opportunity to learn things that make you say, oh. A new national survey from Myriad Genetics reveals a surprising contradiction. Many women fear cancer screenings, yet believe genetic testing could ease their concerns. Here to explain how family health conversations, especially during summer get-togethers, can help is OB GYN specialist Linda New. Linda, welcome to The Ohh Show.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So, Linda, let's dive right in. This new survey reveals women are more scared of screenings and yet feel reassured by genetic testing. Can you explain this and why you think this contradiction exists?
Absolutely. So, I think a lot of us are afraid of the unknown and what that means for us. But yet, when we do genetic testing, we have an answer. We know, do we have a particular genetic mutation that increases our risk for certain cancers? And once we know that, well, then we have the power to do something about it. Working with our healthcare provider, we can initiate a plan that will hopefully then either prevent the cancer or at least help us with early detection of that cancer.
When women take the test and get the results, does it give them a sense of control, or does it make them more fearful?
In my experience, and I have done this test for, over 15 years, it gives them a sense of control. Because like I said, now that we have the answer, we know what to do about it. I think if we don't do the genetic testing, it's always in the back of our mind. Wow, when is it going to be my turn? I watched my grandma suffer and pass away from breast cancer. When is that going to happen to me? But now if we do the genetic testing, we know our risk. We know what cancers we are at high risk for and what to do about it and initiate a plan.
So how does knowing your family's cancer history play into deciding whether genetic testing is right for you?
Absolutely. So it's important to ask these questions and make sure you're asking them from both your mother and your father's side. Obviously, we get our genes from both parents, so we need to know both the mother's family history and the father's family history. We really want to focus on 3 factors. They're called the red flags. The first would be rare cancers. Examples of that, ovarian cancer and male breast cancer. We also want to ask the ages that these cancers occurred in our family members. If a person is 50 or younger, that is considered a young age, and that is a red flag for hereditary cancers. And then the third category is we want to ask, is the same type of cancer occurring in multiple family members? So these 3 red flags really help us identify if we are candidates for hereditary cancer testing with the Myriad MyRisk.
So why are family vacations a good moment to bring up hereditary health risks with relatives?
Well, typically we're on a vacation, things are more relaxed. There could be multiple generations present, and there can be family members from both sides of the family. So you have a great number of different family members that you can ask these questions to. And you want to make note of this history. And then once you get back from your vacation, make an appointment with your healthcare provider, your PCP, your OB/GYN, and go over these family history details that you have discovered and see if the Myriad MyRisk hereditary cancer test with risk score is appropriate for you, and then get the test done so then you know your results.
So what are some key questions we can ask our relatives?
Well, first off, in general, I would start by, hey, what kind of cancers run in our family? Do we know anybody in our family? When we're looking at risk and doing hereditary cancer tests, we of course want to know our first degree relatives. Those are our parents, our siblings, our children. Second degree relatives, those are our grandparents, our aunts, our uncles, our nieces, our nephews. So we really want to focus on first degree and second degree. I mean, beyond that, yes, you want to get that information as well, but the first degree and second degree relatives is really what we want to get good details on.
So if someone wishes to take the test, how long will they have to wait to receive the results? And is their information secured?
Yes. So I do these tests on a daily basis pretty much. 1 in 4 people will have the family history that helps them meet criteria to do genetic tests. So for example, I see, about 20 patients a day. And no lie, there are times where I'm doing 4 to 5 tests a day. So when we do the test, it usually takes on average about 2 at the most 3 weeks to get the test results back. And I have my patient come in and we sit down and we discuss those results in detail.
Okay. And if someone learns they may be at higher risk, what should their next steps be once they return home, once they receive their test?
So once they receive the actual test result, then you and your healthcare provider will make a plan. Your healthcare provider will explain to you what your options are. There's even risk-reducing surgeries that you can, then prevent the cancer from forming in the first place. And then there's also earlier and more frequent screenings where we're looking for these cancers. The key to surviving cancer is early detection. So if we're doing more frequent and earlier screenings, we should be able to find that cancer at its earliest stage.
You mentioned for the testing, you need genetic information from your mother and your father's side. Have you run into a case where an individual doesn't have access to their mother's side anymore? And if that's the case, is there a way around that to still take the test?
Well, sometimes we're not going to know our family history, whether it be just there's not any family members available still, or maybe you're adopted. In order to meet the criteria, there are certain, types of cancers, ages of cancers that will have you meet the criteria to do the testing. If you don't have the history, I understand that, but just get as much history as you can, and try to be as accurate as you can to the types and ages of the cancer and how many of those cancers occur in your family.
Very good. OB/GYN specialist Linda New, where can people go for more information about this genetic test?
So, of course, always start with your healthcare provider. However, there is a wonderful website, getmyrisk.com, that you can visit, and it'll give you very detailed information about hereditary cancer testing through the Marriott MyRisk Hereditary Cancer Test with Risk Score.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us today. This was very informative.
Thank you for having me. It's my passion, and so I love to share this information with everyone.
You're listening to the OH Show with Orlana. Until next time, keep shining. Welcome to the OH Show with Orlana Darkins and your connection to events, topical interests, issues, and the movers and shakers in our world, and the opportunity to learn things that make you say, oh. Becoming a mom is an exciting journey, but getting the right care can make all the difference. Nancy Carson from UnitedHealthcare is a board-certified maternal newborn nurse with over 30 years of service in the United States Army Nurse Corps. She joins me now to discuss tips and resources to help support moms before, during, and after pregnancy. Nancy, welcome to the OH Show.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
So let's dive right on in. Pregnancy can be overwhelming, especially for first-time moms. If someone thinks they might be pregnant, what's the first thing they should do?
So the first thing that you should do is contact your provider so that you can get in to be seen as early as possible.
And so pregnancy is definitely overwhelming at times. You have so many things changing, both physically and emotionally. And so seeing a provider as early as possible is the best thing that you can do to establish those regular prenatal appointments and really build that support system to help you during your pregnancy.
Now, why is prenatal care so important to healthy outcomes?
So the prenatal appointments help the provider know your health history and know things that they need to work on throughout your pregnancy to make sure that you're healthy and that baby is healthy as well. And so as a maternity nurse, I've seen many patients throughout the years, and I've seen that the most important thing is to go see a doctor early and have those regular appointments. If you don't already have the doctor, you can call the number on the back of your insurance card, call your local health department or your Medicaid provider.
Are you able to share just some tips that pregnant women can use to ensure maybe to have a healthy baby and a healthy pregnancy experience?
Yes. And so one of the most important things that helped me when I was pregnant is, you're very tired, you're going to be very forgetful. And so keeping a notepad on you and just jotting down questions whenever they come up so that when you go see your doctor, you can take those questions with you and just ask whatever you need to ask, no matter how big or small. Every pregnancy is different. And so it's really important for you to talk to your doctor about what's going on with you. Maybe you've had that history of substance use or opioid use. Those are really important things to talk to your doctor about so that they can work that pregnancy plan that's going to help your health and for sure the health of your baby.
Now, you shared why prenatal care is so important. Why are postpartum visits after delivery so important too?
Yes, so postpartum visits are just as important as prenatal visits. During that postpartum period, some moms have a little bit of like sadness or maybe a little depression. And so it's important to be evaluated for postpartum depression. It's also important for the doctor to make sure that you are recovering in the right way and that the health of you is good, that your baby is doing well, and also to make sure that you have a healthy eating habits. If you're breastfeeding, it's really important to drink lots of water and really have a healthy diet. And so your doctor will make sure that you're recovering well and that you're adjusting to having that new baby at home.
Now, you shared a few tips already, but like you said, getting to the doctor early is so important. What other tips and advice do you have for doctor visits?
So we have a website that you can go to. It's everypregnancy.com, and you can take a UnitedHealthcare healthy pregnancy quiz. And that quiz can let you know what you already know about and things that you want to learn more about. And so that's everypregnancy.com because UnitedHealthcare wants to be with you every step of the way to make sure that you have a healthy baby and that things are going great for you during your pregnancy and future.
Thank you so much, Nancy Carson from UnitedHealthcare. Thank you for sharing the tips and all the information.
Thank you so much for having me.
And you're listening to the OH Show with Orlana. Until next time, keep shining.